Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Velas here at the Gallen Centre in Los Angeles. Frank Smith joins me. Frank, we're just in the media room after watching Mikey Mckinson's win and Alexis Rocha's win over Blair-Cobbs. We'll start with Mikey. Yeah, we know about the nightmare week, and really opponent-wise, a little bit of a nightmare as well. It just didn't really gel, but look, he's walked away with a win, so it could be worse.
Yeah, look, main thing is he got to fight. You know, if on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever it was, you know, there was a possibility he wasn't going to be able to fight after all the work he put in. So that was always the aim, get him a fight. Opponent wasn't ideal, but again, is what it is. He got the win. That's the most important thing. And, you know, he's earned a lot of respect this week because he's accepted about 15 different fights. You know, he's trained for 9-10 weeks for Virgil Ortiz. Then it changes to someone else 72 hours before the fight. And he has to think, right, what's my plan now? And then it changes 36 hours before the fight. So, you know, it's not ideal. But he did, like I say, he did what he had to do. He got the win, and that's all that matters.
And he gained a lot of respect this week, but just sort of from the fight perspective, obviously, and I was saying this to Mikey's dad, the American fans let you know if they're not entertained, and they want to see two people go at it. And that wasn't happening today. So, I don't know, he's gained a lot of respect this week, but do you think there might be some people in America going, although it'll be a different fight with Rocha or Ortiz or whatever, do you think there might be some people going, I don't know if that's someone we want to bring back? Not in a harsh way, but you know what fans can be like. Like, they let Mikey know tonight as well.
Yeah, but look, ultimately, the most important thing is, you know, I suppose the promotional side is trying to make that fight happen. You know, Golden Boy got an interest in making the Rocha fight happen. So, you know, we know that ultimately the styles make fights, don't they? And the two styles tonight didn't gel as we you know, I think we all knew it wasn't going to be the fight he came to expect. So I think, you know, if we can do that next time, you're gonna see a different side of Mikey.
And I imagine talks will start not immediately, or maybe immediately, because I know Alexis Rocha said Mikey or Conor Benn. We'll talk about the Conor thing in a sec, but I can imagine talks might as well start straight away. Mikey wants it, Alexis wants it. Back over here makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the other thing you got, I know, like, there's questions about whether Virgil Ortiz will make 147 again, but had a few conversations tonight, and I think, you know, from his team side, there's appetite for him to stay at 147. So maybe that's you know, I don't know, maybe it won't happen, but from what they said tonight, maybe that's something that could be done again. You know, he was the one person who was willing to take the opportunity. So, you know, I'm sure, let's see whether it's that fight or Rocha or another one. There's big fights out there for him.
Was you impressed with Alexis Rocha tonight? Was, I don't know, sort of hold-offish in the first couple of rounds, but as soon as he started doing what he's best at, he's just so dominant.
Yeah, great performance from him. You know, he pushed really hard. I would like to say that Blair-Cobbs, I never really knew much about him before this week. Like, I'd seen obviously all his press conferences, etc., but I hadn't really watched him fight. But he showed a lot of heart in there, you know, because he could have at any point just given it, you know. But he got down from that heavy knockdown and he carried on, you know, a few times throughout that fight. But great performance from Rocha. He looked really strong, and, you know, I think he would give anyone a tough fight in this division.
And he said Conor Benn, and he said in the UK as well. I know there's so many fights out there that we'd love to see Conor in, but I think anyone from a UK perspective watching tonight, obviously Conor's got Chris to think of, but anyone from a UK view watching tonight will probably look and think Conor and Alexis is a sick fight.
Yeah, great fight, but I think, you know, the other thing we need to look at for Conor now is getting a big name for him. I still think it would need some work. Maybe it's one for, because they're still both quite young and early on in their career. You know, although Conor's been around for a long time, he's still 24, 25. You know, so I think there's, you know, he's fully focused on Chris Van Heerden. Then, like I say, we want to look at what are the big names out there we can get him. You know, he wanted to fight Kell Brook, but Kell Brook outpriced himself. I still think Amir Khan's a great fight for Conor Benn.
What's going on there? Because there was kind of loads of noise around the rematch clause, and then it's gone a little bit silent.
As far as I'm aware, that, you know, he's pushing for his rematch that he's got by contract. You know, I've seen some things where people are surprised that he wants the rematch. I don't quite understand why people think he wouldn't take the rematch. He's a fighter. That's what he does. So if you got the opportunity to go in there and do it again, you know, why wouldn't you do it? So I guess we'll see news about that in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I still think the Amir Khan fight's a big fight for Conor Benn.
Yeah, well, obviously we've got Chris Van Heerden for Connor to deal with first, but yeah, loads of exciting stuff at welterweight, and yeah, I would say tonight was a good night all in, and yeah, thanks for your time, Frank.
Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the beach. Got a glowing tan behind that camera. Looking good, mate.
Slyly a little jolly this week, I'll be honest. Yeah.
A little bit of a jolly. I mean,
You're sitting on 30k views with your Frank Warren title as we speak, so we could be talking big bucks by the end of the night.
It's amazing what a bit of clickbait can do, isn't it?
You said it. Oh, I'm right, I'm ending it here, whatever.